I mentioned this earlier in the week. My friend Lars Hedegaard, who's been a guest on this show a couple of times, on my old show many times, he's a leading campaigner against, well, censorship, physical violence. He's not someone who is critical of Islam as such. He is someone who criticizes those Muslims who want to prevent other people from having free speech. This is a man who, in fact, comes from the left. I mean, he's a long way from being a racist or anything like that. He merely says that what many are doing in the name of Islam is to prevent Danes, Swedes, French people, Canadians, Americans, British people, all others, many other more liberal Muslims, from living a peaceful life and expressing their point of view. Just a couple of days ago, there was an attempt to kill him. There was an attempt to kill him. He's in police protection now. We can't say where he is. He's somewhere in Europe. We can't be too detailed. He cannot do an interview in a TV studio. That would be far too dangerous. And nor can he give an internet Skype interview because, again, there are all sorts of precautions. So it's by telephone now. But thank the Lord, thank God I can actually have this conversation because it could have been otherwise. Lars, great to speak to you. This happened, I'm not going to ask where you are, of course, I know that, but this happened on Tuesday. What actually happened?
Well, what happened was Tuesday morning, shortly after 11 o'clock a.m., I was about to leave my home to go to the editorial offices of our newspaper, Dispatch International. And there was a buzz on the door phone. It doesn't really work. I can hear the buzz, but I cannot buzz people in, right. nor can I talk to them. So I opened a window, and there was a man standing in front of the front door. He said he had a package from the postal office for me. And I said, okay, I can't, you cannot come up, but I can come down and get it. So I went down the stairs, opened the front door, and he gave me a strange-looking package, which turned out later on to contain nothing. As I was holding the package in my hands, he pulled out a gun and fired immediately at my head from a distance of less than a yard or a meter. He missed. I then he tried then to fumble with the gun to shoot again. I went on the attack and tried to hit him in the face with my fist. I don't know if I managed to do that, but he was obviously caught off guard and dropped the gun. We then fought a bit over it, and he tried he got hold of it again and tried to fire it again, and I tried to hit him, and he eventually gave up and ran off. Did he take the gun with him? Yes, I'm afraid he did. Right. But I think the police has good evidence of what gun it was, and there was also a bullet hole, etc. So okay. Now you're I think you're going to be 71 this year, aren't you? Absolutely, yes. And how old do you think he was, this guy? 25, thereabouts. You did very well. What did he look like? Did he say anything? Only he had a package for me. He was evidently an immigrant from an Arab country or possibly Pakistan or thereabouts. He was certainly not an ethnic Dane. Right. He was what I would call a typical Muslim immigrant. Okay. That's how I would describe him. Right. Now. Yeah. You are very well known in Scandinavia in particular, but internationally now for speaking out against Islamism. I don't think we have to be Sherlock Holmes here, or even Sarah Lunt from Danish television, to know what was behind this attack. Surely you expected nothing maybe as serious as this, but surely you expected some sort of attack, especially in the past few months after the new newspaper. Were you in any way prepared? No, I was not prepared. I tend not to speculate on being attacked because you cannot live your life that way. Of course. I'm just happy that I've reacted in the right fashion because had I not gone on the attack against him, I would have been dead. There's no question about that. Yes. Yeah. We have, of course, been, my colleagues and I have been thinking, what could be behind this? What could be the purpose of this? And we think that the most likely reason is that we started our newspaper, Dispatch International, which has now come out in 6 print editions ever since January 3rd, and it's going well. We print it in Swedish, and we also put it out online in English and in Danish. So I think the purpose was to stop this this newspaper. And that's why I'm saying to all of your listeners that if they want to prevent this attack from succeeding, they can go to our website and take up a subscription to it.
Okay, give the address, please, Lars.
Yes, it's www.d-intl.com.
Okay, and if they type in Dispatch International, it'll probably come up, won't it, the website?
Yes, it will come up, yes.
It's very important, people. I urge people to go there. If you really want to hit back at this little fascist who tried to kill this man, and indeed, if you hadn't have punched him and attacked him, he could have got the gun again, and surely the second shot would have succeeded. Then, if you want to fight back, do go to Dispatch International and subscribe to this. And look, I know you can't say too much, obviously. The police are with you, and they're trying to catch this person. But my golly, this is Copenhagen. The bridge is, what, 20, 25 minutes drive into Malmö. It could be in Sweden, and it could be anywhere by now. It's not easy to catch someone who can just slip back into communities that are already fairly obscure.
Yeah, but you have to remember that we probably have the best police in Europe, the Danish police.
Yeah.
I think they have a pretty good idea of where to look, and I'm confident that he will be caught eventually.
Okay.
I should also say that some friends of mine in Canada and the U.S. have set up a special website where they can support the paper. That is called www.Lars Hedegaard, one word, LarsHedegaard.com.
Right, okay. All right, Lars, we're out of time. Go to that website too. We'd like to have you back, maybe come back next week. I want to find out what is going on. Something else before we go, I wish we had more time, but we have to say this. This is a major story of an important newspaper editor. There was an attempt on his life, and it's received hardly any coverage in much of the mainstream press throughout Europe and North America, which is an absolute disgrace. And we're not going to sit back and allow that to happen. So if we may, we'll have you back on next week. Would that be okay?
Yes, it would. Thank you, Michael, and thanks for your...
And thank the Lord it all worked out. I mean, there's more to say because this is obviously going to change your life, but we're going to speak to you again next week. Thank you, my friend. Take care.
Okay, take care. Bye.